The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. On the move to his left.
Left side, he finds Pierce.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first-down gains. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now it's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game. And I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Ryan.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run here with Taylor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
second and goal from inside the 5.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Jacobs.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to take over here up near the 40.
Unfortunately. For him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
There's nothing but pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Play action, Ryan.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down.
Look at end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
A great play there. His fourth touchdown on the year.
And the Colts lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
And here's Rodgers on the return. 13 yards the tally on the return there.
And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10, Taylor now. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Here's Ryan.
He'll check this one down to Taylor.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Rolling to his left. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 26 yards.
And the Colts have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now Ryan steps away. That is caught by Lamb. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Throw left side taken in by Pittman. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 26. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Now the try here for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a give to Jacobs running right, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the 31, Carr finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
On 2nd and 10, Carr caught on the right side by Adams. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Jacobs, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see completion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
He'll get this off to Taylor.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Play action. It's Ryan.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Ryan. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Colts.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
second down. Jacobs once more.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. Touchdown. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here?
He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Now Carr.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon,
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Harder hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
He'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
Finding space at the 40.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Flush to his right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
To throw again on second down, Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Carr going to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Cameron Batson, 41 yards.
And the Raiders are able to at least get one score back.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And some room to run now. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Colts get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he's got room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
This offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
230 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
They go play action with Ryan. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. They go play action now. Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case.
He's got a man, complete, past the 20.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Tyron Johnson. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Taylor.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
On third down, here's Taylor.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Cameron Batson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Raiders are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
They'll get this to about the 38.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Ryan to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Taken in at the 11.
It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Carr. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And the failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Award that tackle for loss to the linebacker, Denzel Perryman.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Ryan wants to throw it. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave them with a long 4th and goal.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
4th down. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Raiders